Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. It seems that every time I open up the Sea Power Steam workshop there's a whole bunch of new in-service 2020s vessels, and today is no exception. I open up the workshop and we have 4 lovely new vessels to play with. Today we're going to use all 4 in a 2-on-2 battle. So first, the British-led Type 26 FFG by Maneuver Warfare, the Dutch Kortenaer FFG by Mr. Chow, the Chinese Type 054A FFG by Maneuver Warfare again from Japan, the Kongo class DDG by Lieutenant Junior Grade Beam. Today we're going to play the Type 26 with the Kortenaer versus the Japanese Kongo and the Chinese Type 054A. Now I know that's silly having the Japanese with the Chinese on one side, but just ignore the geopolitics. Let's just look at the vessels today. First, let's look at some vessel details. Let's start with the Type 26. Not in service yet, due to enter service 2028. There are 8 planned for the Royal Navy, 6 for the Royal Australian Navy, and 15 for the Royal Canadian Navy. In terms of her armament, primary surface to air is Sea Scepter, which we all know by now, range 14 to 16 miles depending on who you believe, active radar homing, derived from CAM, derived from ASRAAM. In this version we have an anti-land strike missile in the form of the RGM-109C Tomahawk, primary ship-to-ship, 8 naval strike missiles, range over 100 miles, subsonic, active radar homing, low observability missile, developed by Norway. For anti-submarine, 16 British Stingray ASW torpedoes. On the bow, we have a 5-inch or a 127mm gun. Amidships, we have 2 Seawiz 20mm, one there, and we also have 2 30mm cannon, which must be this guy here and this guy here. All round, that's a pretty well armed frigate. For the Dutch Kortenaer, and I apologise for any pronunciation problems today, the first went into service 1978, 12 were completed, 10 are still in active service. In terms of armament, we have 24 RIM 7M Sea Sparrow, these guys here. Surface to surface, we have RGM 84 Harpoons, high in the superstructure amidships here, Mark 46 as an ASW torpedo, a 76mm naval gun on the bow, and a 40mm, which I assume is a Bofors, aft superstructure here. Next, from China, Type 054A FFG, planned, get this, 50 of the 054A. The plan is going to be so big. First entered service 2008, and in service at the moment 33. Beggars belief how many of these there are. In terms of armament, primary surface to air, HQ-16 from VLS here, similar to the British CAM or Sea Scepter, range just over 20 miles, active radar homing. Surface to surface, 8 YJ-83 amidships here, similar to a modern version of a Harpoon, over 100 miles range, subsonic, active radar homing, non-stealth missile. We also have an RBU-1000. This is an interesting type of mortar. It can be used for anti-submarine and anti-surface, and the number is the rough distance in meters or yards that it can be used at. They're really impressive to watch. Also on the bow, naval gun, 76mm, and amidships, twin 30mm Seawiz here and here. And finally, from Japan, the mighty Kongo class. Now, the first thing I thought when I saw this was, what a lazy mod maker. He's just taken the Arleigh Burke. But then I realised the Kongo is basically an Arleigh Burke. I've spotted a couple of differences. The stern helipad is slightly different. The main mast is slightly different, the bridge is a little bit different, but all in all it's pretty much an Arleigh Burke. I'm not sure what the real life similarities are. 4 Kongos were built and I'm pretty sure all 4 are still in service. In terms of her armament, primary air-to-air, moderately old RIM 66C SM2, range 44 nautical miles. This variant we have here is carrying Tomahawks, 16 anti-land Tomahawks, 109 Bravo anti-sea Tomahawks. Now, did the Kongo carry the anti-sea variant of the Tomahawk when it was in service? I don't actually know, but we'll let them get away with it. Also, on the stern, we have 8 Harpoon launchers, 16 Mark 46 ASW torpedoes. We have a Ruhr 5 ASROC. We have a 5-inch gun on the bow, and we have twin Seawiz here and here. And that's it, viewers. Now, at this point, I usually explain that the side with the slowest anti-sea missiles gets to fire first, and that's usually a pretty fair way of doing it so that we can see both firing. But in this case, both sides are about the same, so we're going to have to flip a coin. Who gets to go first? Well, I want Britain to win, obviously, so I'm going to say if I get heads, then Britain goes. Go. Oh, come on! Right, China and Japan get to fire first. Fine, whatever. In terms of predictions, viewers, I can 100% guarantee I've not run this through. Let's see, we've got 8 naval strike missiles from Britain, and I guess their effectiveness will depend on how well the mod maker has modelled them, which, to be fair, is hard for him to do because the naval strike missile is completely classified and we don't know much about it. The Kortenaer from the Netherlands has old, probably fairly ineffective harpoons. This guy here has old harpoons and old tomahawks, but at least he has 16 of them rather than 8. So that may play a factor. Chinese have 8 moderately aged YJ-83 missiles. In terms of air defense, definitely the Chinese and the Japanese have it, because the Kortenaer is simply not very well armed for air defense. All in all, I say, and it annoys me, probably Japan and China are going to win this. As well as that, they have the only destroyer here, and size does matter, as we know. Right, stand by for battle. So the first battle will be our usual 50 miles away from each other, and both sides can see each other because we want them to fight. 3, 2, 1, now. I've not asked... What the hell? I saw a sea whiz going. Huh. I've not asked either side to do anything. They will decide exactly what they do, who they fire at, which missiles they use, and how many of those missiles they're going to use. Right, so we can see the Dutch have fired, if I just pause there to have a look, have fired 1 harpoon and 5 tomahawks. So 6 missiles total at someone. The Chinese, 5 YJ-83s at someone. Remember, the amount of missiles fired are controlled by the missile tables, which is a real life thing. Every type of missile is fired in a quantity as per a pre-designated table, calculated for how many missiles are going to be needed to attack a certain threat. So that's why I don't like interfering with the amount of missiles fired. That's probably how it would be done in real life. I'm going to quickly set the blues to free fire, and off we go. Missiles out. Now that is a funny looking naval strike missile. I haven't actually seen these yet, so let them just come down and we'll have a look at them. Wow, look at that. That's actually an AGM-86, an American air-launched cruise missile. Massive missile, launched by B-52s, I think. Maybe it's a good chance to quickly explain. A lot of the mod makers don't use the proper bespoke models for some of the missiles, like naval strike missile. Probably like the YJ-83 we're about to see. The 3D model, they'll just take something that looks roughly like it from the core game. Now, although that makes the video look a bit weird, viewers, it doesn't really matter, because what the mod makers do have is the ability to have these missiles act like the real missiles. They can set their speed, they can set their height, they can set the way the missile tracks, the way it cruises, the reflectability, how much heat it makes, and all that, much more than they control in DCS, which is why I'm trying to push Sea-Power at the moment. The tools are all there to make this very good. It's all up to the mod makers how realistic they want their vessels to be. Now, eventually, these missiles will probably be changed out for the proper 3D models, but what I care about is that they act like the real missiles, and that's what we want to inspire the mod makers to do by showing these videos. Final word on that, viewers? Well, obviously, Naval Strike Missile is top secret, it's classified, and no one really knows anything about it apart from wiki data, so that all said, we can only go to public data, but that's the best we can do. It's the best we'd always be able to do. Right, sorry for that interlude, viewers, but it's just important to explain why I have so much interest in Sea-Power and the possibilities it has once we get some really good ships put together. Right, unpause. So, to see how many are fired, let them finish. RGM-84 is being fired by the Dutch vessel. Alright, that's our lot. Let's just pause and have a look. The Dutch fired 6 harpoons. The British fired all 8 naval strike missiles. So they've got a really interesting missile table that they're using. Unpause. Let's have a quick look at these missiles before they disappear. Anti-ship Tomahawk. It's an interesting missile, viewers. It actually went out of service in the early 90s, 1994, but a lot of mod makers still use them, and that's fine. We'll let them use it. No SAMs fired. Because we're using frigates here and a relatively old destroyer, no one has the range to even fire against the hostile anti-ship missiles when they were observable, when they were in their high flying phase, because we've got relatively short-range frigates here. This guy can fire 20 miles, this guy can fire 40 miles, this guy can fire, 15 miles, and this guy can fire, I don't know, 8, 10 miles, something like that. I kind of prefer these battles to the big destroyers and the big cruisers, because those battles tend to be over in a few seconds, whereas the frigates, because they don't have the same punching power, seem to last a bit longer. Right, we'll speed it up now. Not much to miss at the moment. Okay, we are now detecting with our own sensors the very non-stealthy old-style Tomahawks at a range of about 20 miles. They fly quite high at 81 feet, and they're big and fat and easy to see. Now, that said, we don't have any missiles big enough to fire at them yet, so we shall wait. Alright, first missiles coming out. These are HQ-16s, played by, it looks like a standard missile again. The model may be wrong, but what's important is they set the missile up right, which, as I said, they do have the ability to do. Those are probably going for the harpoons, question mark. Right, we have Type 26 smashing out her sea scepters and I think a naval gun firing. How effective are they going to be? Played by an old Russian Gecko, I think that is. They appear to be taking down the Chinese, oh god, what is it? No, they're taking down the American missiles or the Japanese missiles with moderate ease. No major threat there. Let's have a look here. Pause. Sorry, it's all going to happen at once. We've got the naval strike missiles appear to be untouched. The harpoons, half of them have been taken out by HQ-16 and SM-2. So, probably, blue missiles are going to be much more effective. In fact, the sea scepters have already destroyed all of the red anti-shipping missiles, at least that we can see. So now it's naval strike missile going faster than the harpoon, and missiles are missing. How interesting. Now that must be due to the stealth properties of the naval strike missile, which is not dissimilar to America's AGM-158C LRASM in the way it flies and operates subsonic, low observability / stealth. And you can see the stealth here. Nothing can hit it. Nothing can hit it. No, they are being hit. They are being hit. Just going to do a pause there, sorry viewers, but information's important. Of the 8 that were fired, 5 have now been destroyed. 3 have survived thus far, and nearly all of the harpoons, just going to check back here. No, all of the red missiles have been destroyed. Right. So, will they get through? Another destroyed. Only 2 left. 1 naval strike missile. All naval strike missiles destroyed. They are definitely much more stealthy than the other stuff because they got all the way to within 1 mile of the vessel. Oh, it's disappeared. Why is that? Okay, it's back again. There you go. That's a problem with the model. The naval strike missile was much better at penetrating. It got much closer. However, when it got close enough, it was destroyed. Now that's really good. That's what I want to see, because that's probably what's realistic. The version that we used in the Type 31, which was by a different mod maker, was much harder to be intercepted, to the point where it couldn't actually be intercepted from memory. So that, to me, is probably a bit less realistic. So this one, in my opinion, seems a lot more realistic, which is interesting. So let's find out where we are, the state of play. Let me know your thoughts there, viewers. Obviously no one knows, apart from the guys who make it and operate it, how good the NSM is, but that feels about right to me. Type 26, which thus far seems to be modelled pretty well in my opinion, has used half of her defence and all of her anti-shipping ability. Kortenaer has used all of her anti-shipping ability and almost none of her defence. Kongo, which has used all of her defence, 44 RIM SM2s fired to take down those missiles. Impressive. Or worrying. Worrying for Japan, maybe. She's fired... Oh, okay. She's got lots of missiles left. And she's not firing them. Now, at this point, do I step in and take control, viewers? I don't know. I'll give it some time, maybe. The Type 054 has fired all of her anti-ship missiles and most of her defence. So most of these guys have fired their defence, and that was taking out the naval strike missiles. That's what that was. These guys have fired all of their offence but have much of their defence left. How interesting. I'm just going to fast forward time, viewers, just to see if Kongo has fired some more missiles. More RGMs coming over the horizon. Probably. The reason these guys have got so much defence is that the red anti-shipping missiles are not stealthy, i.e. they were easy to shoot down, i.e. the Blues didn't need to use many missiles, which is probably realistic and accurate. So, a really good fight so far. A really good fight. It's great to see mods being made well, which I believe is what I'm seeing done here, viewers. Last harpoon taken out, and the rest of her stores are now being fired. This is Kongo we're talking about. Kongo, the biggest ship here, obviously carrying the most stores. And no, she's still got 2 more. Well, I don't have to interfere, so I probably shouldn't interfere. Let's carry on. Looks like Kongo has some strange missile firing tables for some reason. They come. Right, look at defense. Okay, Kortenaer has 20 missiles left. Type 26 is out. When did that happen? Type 26 is used all of her missiles in defense. Wow. Okay, I was right. Reds are going to win. Well, it shows why having the bigger ship with the most stuff can just be the most useful, because these often end up in battles of attrition. Sorry, let me slow that down. Oh, a naval gun took it down. Can a naval gun shoot down a missile? Absolutely. They have kind of airburst, proxy fuses, or I don't know exactly how it works, and a radar guided gun, so it can, it's just not very easy. Another one taken down by a naval gun. This one, not so much. Well, they've gone for the Dutch. Strange pop-up manoeuvre there. The Dutch are down. I don't think they had Sea Whiz, did they? Come on, Britain, don't let it hit you. Don't let it hit you. Why is the Sea Whiz not firing? 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 Why is the Sea Whiz... God damn it! Why is the Sea Whiz not firing? That's your one job. You've got a massive Sea Whiz, it's not firing. It's all done automatically, viewers. I'm not doing anything wrong. If the Sea Whiz and everything's working, the ship should turn hard to port and bring it to bear, and it hasn't. And that's just the way it is, so I'm afraid. Suck it down, baby. Now, when that happened, when they dive into the water like that, I used to think that they were bugged. It's not. It turns out it's Sea Power's way of representing an offensive jammer. It just makes the missiles dive down. So you know when you see that, an offensive jammer has foiled the missile at the last minute. So that's unexpected, but I'll take it. Kongo has... She's got 2 more missiles left. She's not going to fire them. You know, whatever. I don't care. Right, so basically that's the long-range fight done. The... I thought they put the fire out. The Dutch vessel has sadly been taken down. She may sink, she may not, but she's out of the fight, obviously. She's got no systems left. The British, by the skin of their teeth, survived, but they're completely out of stores now. All they've got is a gun. Japanese have just got a couple of missiles, but mainly just gun. Kongo has got gun and a couple of missiles, but a couple of offensive missiles, but she's not firing them, so fine, whatever. So that's it. I guess we speed up now, because we're going into gun range, aren't we? Oh, no, we're going into direct fire missile range, aren't we? So this guy here can still use his HQ-16 to fire directly against a ship. That said, I'm not sure it's going to do much damage to a ship. They're tiny little things, but we'll see. Let's see what happens. This is a battle, viewers. This really is a battle. Oh, she's gone down. Kortenaer. I'm going to call her Kortenaer. Kortenaer! You've gone down. No. Pretty gone down. She's gone down, and she's... Wow, she's going down in 13,000 foot of water, viewers. 13... Where the hell are we? Where did I put us? Is that the Indian Ocean? That's not the Indian Ocean. What is that bit, viewers? There's the Indian Ocean, isn't it? Yes, must be. She's going down 13,000 feet. Wow. That's going to be a lot of pressure. Most unfortunate. What's happened here? What the Oh, okay. It's sunk. Okay. Je no comprende. Okay, she's not sunk. Well, the Japanese have aborted the fight. That's all new behaviour, and the roll... Ships can't roll like that, can they? No, that's a list. That's called a list. Why is she... I mean, she's pumped all of her ballast into one side. Well, this is new behaviour, viewers. And it's kind of ruined the battle for us, unfortunately. I'm going to have to take control of her, simple as that. Right, you. No, she's not responding. Dog, damn it! Welcome back, viewers, to literally ages later. I've tried everything I can to get control of this Kongo class, and I can't, and I'm giving up. So, I'm going to say, let's just finish this battle here. Who was going to win if I had managed to get control of her? Obviously, the red side are going to win. The blues have got one guy with one gun, or one gun that he's actually going to use, which is a 5-incher. This guy has got a bigger ship, also with a radar-guided 5-incher, plus this guy here with a 76mm radar-guided naval gun. So it was pretty obvious who was going to win if I managed to unbug it, which I haven't. Let's move to a closer range battle now. This time we're going to do a 15-mile battle, so everyone can see everyone over the horizon. These are always furious, so I'm going to do my best to keep up and unpause. Missiles away. Naval strike missiles. Harpoon. More harpoons. Tomahawks. In fact, everything's just been fired. Air-to-air missiles scattering all over the place. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just a quick pause to see what's out. We've got HU-16s out. We've got SM-2s out. We've got Sea Scepters out. We've got Sea Eagles out. Go. Try and make some sense of that if you can. He's doing a thing. He's doing a thing. Possible direct fire in here if I can click on it, which I can't. No, no direct fire. There's a SAM in there. Direct fire? No. I don't know. Yes, that's direct fire. No, it's not. No, it's not. Sea Scepter gone to space. Anti-ship missiles, naval strike missiles coming in. No, it's not. Sea Scepter direct fire. Yes, that is Sea Scepter direct fire on Invisible Kongo. I don't know what's going on. No one's been hit thus far. Most of these surface to airs being used for surface to air. No direct fire for them. Obviously, direct fire from the naval missiles. I think everyone's defended everything. Not yet. Okay. Blues have defended themselves as they did last time. Reds are still defending themselves. So the blue anti-ship missile is definitely more potent, but just not enough to get that knockout punch. We've got a terminal. We've got a... Yes, we've hit Kongo. How about that? Bye-bye Kongo. Happy to say. Right. Alright, so move them 15 miles and they become much more effective. Why? It's because these guys have just had less chance to defend themselves. They were firing at these guys at well over 20 miles last time. This time they've only got 15, 14 miles for the total transit. So getting... Oh no! Okay, that's a jammer. Jamming everything apparently. Well, that's powerful. Well, viewers, all I can do is put the vessels in and press play. I can't control how powerful the various assets are. Kortenaer takes a hit. Right, let me guess, it just jumps in the ocean. Well, what's the point of making a ship if it can't be hit? It doesn't quite make sense to me. It can't be hit. It's invincible. That's really disappointing to see. But, okay. Right, okay, here we are. We have, after that amazing volley, one ship on each side taken down. Type 26, which it appears is fully invincible and can't be hit, as far as I can tell, is in service, and Type 054 defended itself well. It's got no offensive, no defensive missiles. Type 26 has got no offensive and no defensive missiles, so we can finally close for our gun range. And they've both got this one's got a 5-inch gun, this one's got a 3-inch gun, so I can see which way this is going to go, but let's see. Kongo on his way to the bottom, on her way to the bottom, sorry. Oh, naval gun firing. Let's see what kind of range it actually has. Where is it? There. Well, 15 miles, obviously. 6 knots, and the slower she gets, the easier the target she'll be. But as we found from these gun battles, sometimes you just don't have enough firepower to actually seriously damage a vessel, or, you know, put it out of action fully. Sink it, this is what I'm trying to say. Distance, 11 miles. Damage. She's dead! She's dead. She's gone. Well, no surprise there. Frigate versus frigate. One's got a 5-inch gun, one's got a 3-inch gun. One's always going to win. Now, I was really enjoying this battle until we found out that this ship just can't be hit, which obviously just ruins it for everyone. So I'm going to run a quick experiment just to see how good that jammer really is. So I've put 6 ships on the red side now. I've asked them to fire all of their weapons, which is, I don't know, about 100 weapons. So what it appears has happened is they've built an invincible ship, viewers, probably so that it just wins the battles all the time, which for me, someone like me who's trying to create, you know, fair, unscripted, not scripted for YouTube views battles, it's just a nightmare because I can't actually beat it. So what's the point of even having something like this in game? It's just another thing I can't use. Really sad because it was going so well. I was having real fun doing these battles, and I'm doing these to try and support people, you know, and you get stuff like this. I know. Make of that what you will, viewers. Welcome back. We like to end with a Galleon Battle, viewers, at 1 mile just to see which will win, and I assume none have a force field that stop them being hit by bullets. Go. Oh, they're both dead. The Reds are dead. So, China, dead. Japan, fully dead. Kortenaer will be dead shortly. Type 26, not even touched. Right, well, there you go, viewers. That's how to ruin a good game. I guess I'll see you later.